I love a good tree line, as long as it doesn't show off too much. Welcome back to Indian Trace. I do have a base marked, and I found an awesome rhyolite scraper. I want to document some artifacts, number one. Number two, if people who tune in can learn anything about finding artifacts, that's fine. This is a harvested sweet potatoes field. Now, I can't even guarantee. Now, I wouldn't doubt it at all. That's why I had this on. And 60 yards up the way, I have a base marked because I'll bring you along for the hunt. But I can't promise you that, well, that's a live find, but I mean, that's just a beautiful piece of quartz that they're working on, vein quartz. Some of the material they have around here, you can see the edge right there, all the front. Could have been a scraper of some sort. I can't say that there won't be an absolute smoking live find. Now, there'll be a find because I see a really great base up ahead that we're going to check. But that's why I'm just taking my time up here. I'll take you for just a couple minutes and let you get outside. And what's it like in North Carolina, you know? Well, it's about 50 degrees and sun. Huntable. Beautiful. So we're just going to go up here and take our time at a very small site that I call Hidden Hill. Rob, Terry, you've been here. You've been here. How rare. I mean, I don't even, it's just too difficult, and I have such a sporadic opportunity to get out, or times when I get out, that for all the great YouTubers and great friends out there, I just can't really go hunting with people. When I have time to get out, I just, boom, like Superman, I'll change and I'm out there. And then boom, I've got to get off and I've got to get going. Just moving forward in life. But I do know that dirt melts, rocks don't. That's why I'm out here. Sure, there's a ton of my footprints. I've been here twice. But that doesn't mean anything when you've had 4 inches of water precede you. And the great force of gravity. The great force of gravity takes that water down. Sucks it down. And when a rock starts to shed, starts to show a little, that's it. Water, drop by drop, is going to work on it, and it's going to wash it right off. Now, my marker's right up here, I know. You're wondering, what's going on here? Well, shout out to some great people out there. Some young hunters, Archer, Cameron, your cousins, your brothers. You guys, hopefully you're watching Indian Trace and getting inspired and learning some things, some good things. God knows in this life there's enough bad things to learn. You can learn some good things out here. All right, let me show you what we got here. Well, what are we looking at? Okay, I step right here, and sometimes you just have to pray that your eye will be it'll be caught by something. Now, these are the pieces I laid out here that I've just picked up. I'll show you, and we'll talk about those, but this is what I saw. Could be a good faker, right? But I just had grabbed this, a Guilford they couldn't finish. Bet you they threw it away. Look at that, Rob. Nappers can. Flint's ball. Just couldn't get that off the side of that piece of rhyolite. You guys are familiar with the Guilfords they try to make around here. Probably got frustrated with trying to flake that out in all of 3 minutes or survive and just threw it aside. But I know that there's a man 4,000 years ago that was working on making that piece work. So that's fun. And then, look at the scraper. Look at the edge of the scraper, everybody. Very common. The other side of this is very smooth. Other side is just worn. Used to be sharper edges, I'm sure, but it just was worn with time because they just held this thing in. Manufactured skins. Some great stuff. Now, let's see what we got. If we got anything. If you're watching this, we did, because I kept the video. I am that stubborn. Hidden Hill there commonly make these very delicate, great looking points. One of the best eared Yadkins I've ever found. I found here. I found Hardaways here. It's a very strange place. Got to keep your eyes open. Look at the top of this is the only thing that you could see. You can see it right there where my thumb is. And then all of that. It's an iceberg point. Why not, right? It's a great point for the day. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you find